Hello gentlemen, I'm going to do another commentary on a rather intense 4v4 31k battle in Rome Total War, fought between 8 Brotherhood clan members. So I'll load the game. Now it was fought, on my time, early Saturday morning, but for people in Europe and the United States it would be Friday evening. That is in April the 17th, 2021, if you're listening to this in the future. Now I have catalogued the units used in some of the teams, but not all of them. So I'll just pause it at this stage and we'll just go through at least my team. So we've got myself, the first member. By the way, I should point out it's fought on the grassy plains, flat map. Nothing special about the map. So I'm using the Scipii faction. And I have 6 gold Praetorian Cav, 2 Archer Auxilia with 8 upgrades, 3 Principes with 4 upgrades. They're my Pilar Shield. I'll show you the Principes. There they are there. What's known as a pre-Marian unit. So there were some reforms made to the Roman army in around about 100 BC. It was at a time when they were being assailed by various Germanic tribes, a coalition of Germanic tribes known as the Teutones and the Cimbri, I think they were, in the area of southern France and northern Italy. So what Marius did, Gaius Marius, he got rid of the maniple, which was a smaller tactical unit, and invented the cohort, which contains roughly about 600 troops. And it was rightly thought that such a larger body of men could withstand the mass charges of these Germanic enemy. Anyway, so this is what the according to the game makers, the earlier Roman troops look like. So the Principes do have a Pilar as well, which, yes, I believe the pre-Marian troops did use also. Which they copied, I think, off the Samnites. But anyway, so there's the Principes. I've got 1 early legionary first cohort with 6 upgrades, 2 urbans with 8 upgrades, and 6 urbans with 7 upgrades. Alright, so let's go on to my ally. Next ally is Barclayman. Now he has 1 Sacred Band Cav with 8 upgrades and 5 Sacred Band Cav with 7 upgrades. 2 Town Militia units with 2 upgrades. There's the Town Militia. And 1 Pony Infantry with 2 upgrades, which is a Pike unit. He's got 4 Sacred Band Pikes with 7 upgrades and 7 Sacred Band Pikes with 8 upgrades. Okay. Next ally is Spartan Commander, who has the Greek Cities faction. Now his build consists of Let's see, 1 unit of Spartan hoplites with 6 upgrades, 11 units of Spartan hoplites with 5 upgrades, and 4 units of Spartan hoplites with 4 upgrades, and 3 archers with just 1 upgrade. There's the archers there, and as you can see, just the 1 upgrade. Okay, now, and my 4th ally, or 3rd ally, is Legion, who is using the Brutii faction. Now, like myself, he is using an early Legionary first cohort, but he hasn't put any upgrades at all on that. So I presume he will keep that at the rear of his formation. Now he's got 6 Praetorian Cav with 6 upgrades, 2 archers with 3 upgrades, there's one of the archers there, 8 urbans with 8 upgrades, and 2 urbans with 3 upgrades. There's, which I presume he'll be using as his Polish unit. Okay, so let's move on to the... Now I haven't catalogued all of the units in the enemy team, but I have done so for Conan, which I could, because the other enemy units were running around and mixed up, so it's a bit difficult to identify all of them. So we'll just fast forward to the start of the battle. Well, while that's happening, perhaps I will just read out what Conan's build, put it on play. And we have, so he's got 1 armoured general with 8 upgrades, 1 archer auxilia with 3 upgrades, 2 archer auxilia with 4 upgrades, 3 Praetorian Cav with 6 upgrades. Now he's gone with 3 Legionary first cohort with 6 upgrades, 10 urbans with 6 upgrades. Now I'm not sure how the game engine factors in morale, you know, if having 3 upgrades of 3, so I'm not sure if 3 Legionary first cohorts will multiply their morale effect, or it'll just max out at a set level. So I don't know if anyone's figured that out. Maybe you could do some experiment to investigate that question. Anyway, so we're just fast forwarding through here until the start. Now the other members of the enemy are Lando, Steve and JGP, so that is quite a formidable combination of experience and skill in this particular game, and under this particular rule set as well. So I'll just fast forward that so we'll get there a bit quicker. There we go. Yep, so now the enemy is all using Rome, but they're all using the SPQR faction. So we'll just have a quick look. This is Joe GP's faction. Can't see any cav there. I'm not sure if it's hidden in this long grass. And we've got Lando. You see Lando, he will run over to Conan, so he likes to, you know, combine with Conan. They play well together. Now we've got over here, there's Steve. Steve's army is all hidden except for this unit, which his general is in. So you can see 1 urban there, which has got 8 upgrades. You can only see 3 cav of Lando. I'm not sure if he's got any more. Perhaps we'll see that as the proceedings unfold. So let's continue on and watch how, so as you see, Lando is racing over to Conan. Okay, now we can see a bit more of Stevelongshanks' army. So he's got some archers mixed in there. Not sure how many. So it's 2 or 3. Alright. So Conan's racing over his archers to centralise, link up with his allies. And I see he's got that Roman armoured general, so I was a bit concerned about my archers, so that he was not going to try and cause some mischief in the early stages of the battle, as he tends to do. So, but at the moment I'm just running over my archers' barkings, providing a cavalry screen. Legions linking up, and we've got the 2 pike factions in the centre. So there's a bit of, how can we say, we're kind of eyeing each other off at the start of this battle, but then when it does start, when this battle does start, it started with a bang. So, but I won't preempt the description, so I'll just fast forward a little, because nothing much is happening here. We're just slowly walking troops up. So that unit's warmed up, Principe, so I want him to get fresh. They're just watching, the enemy is just watching slowly, looking for weaknesses, trying to formulate a plan. Presumably discussing various options. Stretching my archers out initially, but then I did see that general, and see, nothing much is happening here. I'll just speed it up a bit. So there's the general moving out, Conan's general, but this time he's chosen not to engage in some early skirmishing. Yeah, there you can see I'm moving my archers in the cover of the Greek city's pikes. So by the time index, this battle lasts for, well, it's 1,386 seconds, which is how many minutes? "23 minutes. That number there is the number of milliseconds. So we see JGP moving out to the left in a flanking movement. Look, and here's some more cav that he had, JGP had kept hidden. How many upgrades does that have? Hard to tell while it's moving. And looks like he's got 5 or 6? 6. He's moving his archers out, 2 units of archers out to, well, our left. See, there's me, I'm the leftmost ally, and JGP is way out here on our left, so you can already tell that they're planning, but we've got a big gap in the middle. We've got Conan and Lando. Out on the right. You can see some good teamwork here. Bark has sent his town militia to be a piler shield for Greece. Now I see this flanking motion and I'm a bit concerned about it, and I kind of retreated back. But then I was instructed by one of my allies to not give up that flank, but to stay there and defend my side of the field, and which is fine. Yes, as I'm a good team player, I will try to do that. Now, you can see I'm getting softened up with fire arrows. Wavering, my principes are wavering. They're panicked. Now they're routing. So we've got all this, and we've got archers and threatening cav out here way on the left. Now Legions notice this, and look, and we've got Conan. Here we go. Alright, so let's just analyse what's going on here, because something has started all of a sudden after a slow build-up. We've got Conan charging my Principes, my piler shield, which also being fire bombed, getting rid of my piler shield. Got these archers running forward. And we've got Conan running his army out into the centre, and Lando's all moving, well, to our left. Legions and mirroring that, moving to our left as well. And Spartan commander is as well. So let's continue on. Okay. Here the bugle. Now we've got Steve and JGP bearing down upon my army. And Lando. 3 armies. It's a bit difficult to tell them all apart because they're all the same colour. So we've got Lando, JGP, and Stevelongshanks heading in my direction. Conan is facing Carthage there. And I'm not quite sure what to do with my cav. I'm just positioning it to countercharge. I've got fire arrows spreading fear in my troops. But I am, let's have a look at this. I am at least pillaring the enemy. Steve, yeah. We've got JGP, we've got Lando. All doing a massive flanking motion. So at least I'm shooting some peeler, as I say. But yes, now we see Legion and Spartan Commander moving left as well to back up, reinforce our left side. Now we see Spartan Commander with a Vigilant is running his Spartan troops in to reinforce my army, which is very well, it's a very wise move. Because without that, I'm pretty sure my army would have routed completely. So let's see what happens here. Also provides defence against cavalry, the pikes. So even his Spartans are panicked by the fire attack. Let's have a look at some of the morale settings. Here we go. Glad to see the enemy routing. So we've managed to rout some of the enemy. There's Conan's Roman Armour General routed. What else have we got here? JGP's urban cohorts. Oh, that's routing, so Legion is charged in. So we've also got Legion's charging this cav into Lando and JGP there. Let's continue on. Let's have a look at some more of these morale settings. So we've got a fire arrow exploding there. So there's my urban. He's saying victory, only a fool could lose this battle, victory seems certain. So that's promising. Okay, Spartan Commanders, Spartan Hoplites. Look at unit of Conan's Urbans there. Unit of Steve's Urbans. What else have we got here? Conan's Urbans. Lando's Praetorian Cabs. So, big massive archers there as well. Conan, Steve, Conan, Steve, Conan. So it's hard to tell who's who amongst the enemy. Let's continue on and see how this unfolds. There's a cav charge here. I'm helping out Conan. Managed to rout some units. Quite a few there. Landos and JGP. So it looks like we've withstood the initial onslaught. Thanks to some very good reactions and anticipation of the enemy by Legion, I should point out, and Spartan Commander. Doing another cav charge in there. Lots of fire arrows going everywhere. Drawing my cav out. Now we're racing over. Just up there with there's still a bit left of my army, not that much though. Look, that unit's only got 13 in it. What have we got there? Urban cohort with 13. It's got 2 with 13, and Conan with 12. Is that Lando with 32? Got a unit there with, that's my general with only 34 men in it. I've got another urban there with 44. I think that might have come back from routing. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So we've got Bark here with some Sacred Band, and Greece, and we've got Legion. And I've got my early legionary first cohort there, hopefully providing morale. Can't see, sometimes it will tell you that it's happy to be a command unit. Well, there's the archers are happy to be near a command unit. So let's continue on. Oh, there's a big brawl. Very intense fighting here. Trying desperately to break our left flank, and it looks like they succeeded in routing a lot of Legion's troops, but we've got, fortunately, Spartan Commander has rushed over his Spartans to that side. Some have still broken through, some of Lando's troops. There they go. Come up behind us. Now, what am I doing here with my legionary first cohort? Moving that a bit closer, and then I've decided no, I won't go over there, I want to maybe go over here where it's not so intense. I don't want to lose that. I'm just parking right next to this unit of urbans. See, only 3 men are fighting. The Centurion just got up, got knocked down. Okay. I'm moving my archers out of the way. And we've got Bark's calves roaming around. Defeat seems certain for Conan. He's just routed 2 of his legionary first cohorts. there's my early legionary first cohort as well, setting that into assist. I guess at this stage of the battle, throw that in as well. Now this is a bit interesting. Conan's got this long column of urbans. No, it's a legionary first cohort, which I am about to attack. It's tired, these are fresh, so that unit has been fighting. Oh, it says my allies are routing, so who was that? Could be Legion. Unfortunately, we've got the Spartan commander with his Spartan army doing very well. So I pointed out in my last commentary that Spartan hoplites are probably the strongest infantry unit. It's interesting, JGP's got his urbans in Testudo, which is probably a good defence against urbans. There's a unit of my urbans being overwhelmed by the enemy. Going on here, and look, we've got Lando charging my urbans, but somehow they're still holding out. 34 says victory is a distinct possibility. Not sure what this unit is doing. So Lando, it's got some cav units left. Got the enemy, we've got a unit of urbans. That's Steve's general. It looks like we're going on to win this battle. Now it's really just a mopping up operation until the enemy admit defeat. And these players are usually pretty good about that when it's obvious. Sometimes they do admit too early, I feel. That's neither here nor there. There we go, this one's admitted defeat. I've got a unit out here. There we go. And we're finished. So, look at the kills. Oh, okay, so congratulations to Barclayman with the top kills, the quiet achiever there. And Spartan Commander with the second top kill. No, it was actually JGP with the second top kills in the enemy team. Then Spartan Commander third. The fourth top kills looks like it was myself with only 1236. Now, often I think the number of kills doesn't always indicate how well the player performed. For example, Legion's backing up, racing over from the extreme right to the extreme left. Possibly saved the day for our team. So, So there we go, let's look at the individual units, at least for my army. Got one unit got 161 kills. Well, that unit got 108. The Principes didn't do that well, but they were just there to soak up pilers. Praetorian Cav, pretty average. Archers 70, 74. Okay, well that concludes this commentary of this 4v4 31k rules battle. If you like, please leave a comment, and share, maybe share the video if you can, so we can promote this game. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that, and I look forward to seeing you in the lobby of Rome Total War. Bye.